The grid with the two Americans, Mamela on the Suzuki and Roberts Yamaha. Also there, the Dutchman Jack Middelberg on a privately entered Suzuki and Lucanelli. But let's now join the race commentators, former world champion John Surtees and Murray
All the riders
Walker.
are off their machines, most of them on the left-hand side to push. In fact, all of them, just one rider on the right-hand side of his machine to push. They're straining now, they've got the front brake on, they're leaning on the handlebars to get the weight pushing forward. The flag goes and away. Now, Crosby has got a superb start. Graham Crosby in pole position, and Freddie Spencer has got the Honda firing well, and it's Kenny Roberts second, and Barry Sheen third, and Marco Lucanelli in fourth position. Number 4 is Crosby. Graham Crosby, the New Zealand rider on the Works Suzuki, leads Kenny Roberts, the world champion, as they go round the left-hander at Maggots. Now up into 6th gear, down towards Beckett's, where they go right down through the gearbox into 2nd. Over 8,000 RPM, round Beckett's, and it is Crosby leading Roberts, leading Sheen in 3rd position. And in 4th position, it's Marco Lucanelli, and you see them back to the right and the left, and now they go down the Hanger Straight with Crosby, Roberts, Sheen, Lucanelli, Mamola, and then Paul Ballington on the Kawasaki. From Stowe up to Club Corner. From Club up to Abbey. It's 5th gear and up to 135 miles an hour here. Now into top gear, nearly 150 miles an hour. Then they have to anchor up after Abbey for Woodcote, the tremendously fast right-hander. No chicane for the motorcycles, unlike the car Grand Prix. And it is Graham Crosby leading at the end of lap 1 with 27 laps to go. Kenny Roberts, Sheen is challenging Roberts. Then it's Lucanelli, and behind Lucanelli, Mamola. And behind Mamola is Cork Ballington, and Lucanelli is starting to close on the 3 in front of him. Barry Sheen has had trouble with his tyres in a lot of races this year. There he is, the world champion of 1976 and 1977. With that peculiar riding stance of his caused by injuries that he had in Daytona many years ago. And it's still Crosby. Sheen in 3rd position. The world champion, Kenny Roberts, in 2nd place. Marco Lucanelli, the world championship leader, in 4th place. In the red helmet in the background is Randy Mamola. And Roberts leads. Kenny Roberts, then, who had trouble with his tyres, and more about this, takes the lead. So, Crosby leads, then Roberts, then Sheen, behind Sheen, Marco Lucanelli, all 4 together with Randy Mamola 5th.
Well, these machines seem so evenly matched on power that this seems the name of the game. This slipstreaming and this taking the sort of corner, entering Woodcote.
Keith Ewan, the man who did so well in the 350 race at the beginning of the afternoon, finishing in 2nd place, is out of the 500 class already on his Suzuki. Hard luck, but Graham Crosby on his Suzuki is still very much in the running. Leading on lap 3, number 4, Graham Crosby. Roberts next, Sheen 3rd, number 2, Marco Lucanelli 4th, number 3, Randy Mamola is in 5th position, and off goes Graham Crosby, and past him goes Lucanelli. That looks like Barry Sheen off as well, but was it? That's Crosby. He's getting down behind the barrel, behind the hay bale, and immediately goes to the assistance of his fellow competitor, and I think Marco Lucanelli has got through. The yellow flag's waving to warn the competitors behind them that somebody has come off.
No, I think Lucanelli went as well, Mo.
Here we go, here's a replay, let's have a look at it. Graham Crosby.
Here we have...
Watch Graham Crosby's rear wheel. He's still got control of the bike. He heels it right over. And away it goes. completely lost adhesion, a great puff of rubber smoke. Down goes Crosby. He looks as though he's got his leg mostly clear. Through goes Roberts. So Roberts got through there anyway. And there's another machine. That's Barry Sheene coming into the picture, all doubled up. And past him, that's Marco Lucinelli. So Lucinelli keeps rolling. Graham Crosby is kicking the machine away from him. Barry Sheene is off. The race continues, and it is now into lap 4. And on lap 4, the race order after this contretemps on the earlier lap, in the lead now is Randy Mamola, and in second position is Kenny Roberts, and in third place Cork Ballington. And that's Marco Lucinelli, who is way down now, of course, because a lot of riders went past him. And you can see marshals in the background waving them down because they're coming up to the danger point. And look at Cork Ballington. Cork Ballington in the green leathers is coming up extremely well. In fact, Ballington is challenging now. Ballington is right up with the leaders. So it's Kenny Roberts leading as they come into Woodcote at the end of lap 4. Kenny Roberts leading, then it's Mamola. Cork Ballington is in third position, and Jack Middelberg, the Dutchman, is in fourth place. Well, Kenny Roberts going round the outside of Randy Mamola. I remind you that Lucinelli is out of the running. Barry Sheene is out. Graham Crosby is out. Drama right at the beginning of the British Grand Prix, but now Kenny Roberts and Mamola and Cork Ballington and Jack Middelberg all virtually locked together and overlapping, and Freddie Spencer on the Honda is in fifth position. We'll be able to see the gap soon between these four. This is the battle for the lead, and this is lap 5 out of 28. And we've heard the news that Barry Sheene is up on his feet, and we believe that he is okay.
Well, that was terrible luck for Barry. I think here what happened was that they were so dicing into the corner, leaving their braking to the very latest point, that Crosby had to sort of try and tighten the corner, and when he went to apply the power, it was just a little too much angle on the machine, and as you see, he just ploughed the back wheel away.
And the thing that I think is of tremendous significance as we look at Marco Lucinelli, who had to slow right down and go off the course in that lap 3, falling of Sheene and Crosby, and Roberts having to go through. Roberts is leading now. Mamola is second. Cork Ballington is going better at this Grand Prix than I've ever seen him go before.
Well, talking to Cork in practice, he was very concerned about the anti-dive characteristics on the front of the Kawasaki, but it appears from this that he certainly made some improvements in that last practice.
Cork Ballington, that's the rider in the green leathers on the green Mini Kawasaki. The highest placing that he's had in a Grand Prix so far this year is third in Holland. The Kawasaki was introduced last year, the 500, that's number 9 that we're looking at now, and he's in third position on lap 6. He's being ridden by Cork Ballington, who is 4 times world champion in the 250 and 350 classes in 1978 and 79. But now, into lap 7, Kenny Roberts, number 1, the reigning world champion, leads, fighting against Randy Mamola, who has now retaken the lead from Roberts, and Cork Ballington is not losing an inch on any of them. Into the hangar straight on lap 10 out of 28. First, second, third, fourth together. On the left, Roberts. And Cork Ballington is now up into second position.
And Roberts is in the lead.
Middelberg is right up alongside Mamola and momentarily had third position.
Of course, Middelberg could be the fly in the ointment here, because he is the one who has nothing to lose but everything to gain, perhaps even a works ride next year.
Kenny Roberts, number 1 because he is world champion, not just in 1980, but in 1979 and 1978 as well. acknowledging that he has little chance of winning the World Championship. At least he acknowledged before the race, but that was in a situation where he, like me, could not envisage Marco Lucinelli not finishing in the points, and Lucinelli is showing no sign of that at the moment. And it's still Randy Mamola just leading. Number 2 is Marco Lucinelli, who is slipping back all the time. This titanic scratch for the lead of the 1981 Marlborough British Grand Prix here at Silverstone is climaxing all the time, if that's possible. And Randy Mamola rides right round the outside of Kenny Roberts, an astounding manoeuvre. If you can ride round the outside of Kenny Roberts on a corner, you can truly say you've arrived. And now Roberts fights back.
Yes, there's no real point in it there, because all what happened was that Mamola came to the corner first, but Roberts was able to pick up a little slipstream and then be in a better position to outbrake.
And the news of Barry Sheene that we have just had given to us, and it's official, is that he only has a gashed hand. A very, very lucky man, and Graham Crosby is perfectly okay. So a very nasty looking fall on the 3rd lap, but happily no real problems in terms of physical injuries, but a lot of mental injury, of course, to Graham Crosby, who went out. Well, he might well have won the race, and Barry Sheene too. But Roberts, number 1, leads. Mamola, number 3, second on the Suzuki, and Roberts on a Yamaha. Cork Ballington on the Kawasaki, holding on superbly, staving off the 4th man, Middleburg, and they are all closing on number 2, Marco Lucinelli, who leads the World Championship, who looks over his shoulder despairingly, and that is what he sees. Roberts and Mamola. Cork Ballington either can't or doesn't want to do anything about it, and nor can Middleburg.
I don't think he really can do anything about it. In practice, he was that much down on times, and at the present sort of stage of the race, these two are obviously tending to sort of feel each other out. It may be that with the temperature, the lap time is the sort of best sort of time they can do, and I'm sure that they can get away from Cork in the later stages if they wish.
John, and there's look, incredible. There's Marco Lucinelli. He knows they've caught him. He gives a cheery wave. He's called Lucky, and he's known for being a great practical joker and full of fun. He wasn't full of fun when John Surtees and I tried to talk to him this morning. He was in such a state of nerves that he was haranguing everybody, but now he seems to have recovered, and he's let his rivals through without any problems at all. All 4 of them. Marco Lucinelli has been lapped, and he is right out of World Championship points, no doubt about that. It's going to be an enormously close thing for the World Championship when this race finishes, if Roberts or Mamola win the race. And we are now on lap 18 in this 28-lap race. Laps 14, 15, 16. Kenny Roberts crossed the line first. Lap 17. Randy Mamola, number 3, the 21-year-old American from Santa Clara, California, crossed the line first.
I'm trying to see where Cork is. It appears that during that lapping, he either got dropped back or else he's in some form of problems.
I don't
because
see...
now we've got Ballington.
The first 3 have now shaken back clear of Ballington for some reason or another. We'll watch very carefully as they go through Abbey and complete the lap for Cork Ballington. Roberts comes up alongside Mamola, and he's going to take the wide line and the lead in the process. Roberts, Mamola, Middleburg is the order. Lucinelli goes through and has been lapped. Not a sign, and I'm looking right down the circuit as you watch these riders go to Cox, and Ballington is coming into the pits. Cork Ballington is coming into the pits. There he is. A fine, determined ride. There's the Kawasaki.
That's a great shame, actually, because speaking to the mechanics during practice, they said they just hadn't had a single engine blow-up for the past 4 Grand Prix. They just ran the engine for 1,000 miles and that was it. So Great showing.
So, Sheen out, who could have won. Crosby out, who could have won. Spencer out, who couldn't have won, I think, to be fair, but was riding extremely well and better on the Honda than it's ever gone before, as Mamela comes up alongside and again takes Kenny Roberts.